Yeah, it actually started drizzling now. It's definitely gonna rain and getting wet, so I'm definitely staying in here. Got plenty wood here, and there's still some more out there, but I keep this handy. Yeah, that's pre-split with a kukri. So just keeps the fire going on a very low level. It's no point in making a huge fire, but putting one on after another, and I'm gonna stretch down here and I'm fine for tonight without a big fuss. Just as I haven't got an air mat or something, sleeping mat, so I'm using the 3x3 meter tarp as a sort of double layered, yeah, and sleeping bag, and eventually, yeah, the Wetterfleck on top. So that saves me of carrying wet stuff tomorrow, or even wrap it up all wet, yeah. So gonna be a lovely night with central heating and a lot, and yeah, my lucky day. I'm keeping the fire very low, just 2 logs against each other, and then one is burned further than the other one, so only add one at a time, and to put them against each other, so it actually creates quite a nice white area. Having mashed potato with bolas, meatballs, and my fork. I can steer that a bit. The idea is having the meatballs like that on a fork. Little Bushcraft fork. And a bit more water. Having a nice start. So hot meal wasn't too bad actually last night. The bench could have been a bit wider, but small, couldn't really turn around, but heat wise, yeah, the fire went off in between. But At least I'm in a dry. It's raining now. It even came down the chimney. Well, I haven't got much water. About a liter. I don't know if I should go and hit the trail today or just sit the rain out. And another tea on the go. Yeah, it was definitely worthwhile getting this kettle. It's definitely helpful. Yeah. Nice cup of tea in the morning. Always welcome. A little bit of soap, cup and a spoon, and having a little snack as well as a treat for the bad weather. Yeah, what can I tell you? It's sort of luck in in the shit, or the other way around. Actually, I wanted to go on the trail today, getting some water, more water, and just heading on. And yeah, but at least I'm in the dry here and in the warm. I mean, obviously, this sort of comfort here with a hefty fireplace, I wouldn't get that out in the wood, and I probably couldn't even make a fire because it's all wet now. Yeah, tough shit, but got my tea, and yeah, should be almost done. A little bit thin. Give it a stir, give it a few more minutes, and at least I can enjoy a bit of luxury in the woods. Yeah. By looking at the maps, there are not that many shelters around, so quite lucky to have this one. So instead of walking half a mile forward and backwards to this well to get some water, I decided to put my ground sheet up and make use of the tree hooks. Yeah, actually got a few of them, so got another one there, and yeah, it works out so far. It's dribbling in, not a lot yet, but it's already puddling up a bit, so at least it gives me some water for washing up, and maybe even for a cup of tea if I wait long enough. But yeah, gives me something to do. So just in the entrance, because it's very tall entrance, actually dribbling down constantly, and why not catching the water in the first place? And yes, by placing a stone down there, it actually pulls the water down into the middle, and I got a bit of indication on how much water actually collecting. So it's actually coming along slowly. It's just up for 5 minutes or so. That's one thing I'm actually was thinking about. I mean, all this well, lots of people are about this bushcraft, and but what is really the difference between hiking, slow hiking, bushcraft? Yeah, I mean, hiking is obviously just making distances, long distance walks and ultralight and stuff. Bushcraft is more settled down in one spot and making camp and all sorts of crafty things. But what's about blending it together, like slow traveling and making use of both sort of knowledge? That means on one hand you got the trail hiking, yeah, but at the same time, when sticking with the classic materials and tools, it's actually bridging over into bushcraft. And when you put it down like today, yeah, it's actually, I'm not hiking, yeah, I'm actually hunkering down, yeah, and making use of my bushcraft skills, yeah. And lots of the bushcraft skills, they're actually missing or are missed out on the classic hiking, which are just making distance and getting somewhere on time, or may not. But yeah, in bushcraft, usually, as far as I understand, yeah, I may be wrong, is that sticking to one place or maybe moving in a small area and doing all sorts of stuff. But things like, I mean, having a little fork, yeah, or a spattle for steering your, this is the start of bushcraft, isn't it? But on a hike, or I don't know how I can call that. It's that's why I like this classic stuff, because it's yeah, I mentioned that before, it's sort of taking the culture with you, and you still enjoy hiking and walking through the bush, the woods, but on a slower scale. Obviously the material, yes, the pack is heavy. It's heavy when it's loaded with food, and the longer you're on a trail, the more food you need, and it actually slows down. And the major problem definitely is water, especially in hot condition. If there would have been snow, it's not an issue, is it? I mean, you just grab the snow, melt it up, and but then you need a lot more stuff to be warmed and rubbed up, and yeah, I don't know really. What's the solution for the naming about this bushcraft and hiking? Yeah, why not call it long distance bushcraft? Because walking long distances like hiking, but making use of the bushcraft skills for it. So yeah, what did I say? Long distance bushcraft. That maybe hits the point. I just do what suits myself best, and so yeah, I don't need to go out today. Actually, there's a nice toilet, the third in a row, yeah, and it's actually quite it's a different style than the other two I had so far, yeah, a completely different furniture and a decoration inside, yeah, and even a bird nest. Yes, there's a bird nest in there between the bog rolls. Yes, there's a shelf on top, and there's some bog rolls, and they are, well, they look like there's lots of moss, and they're actually they put the birds put moss nests in there, because on the opposite side there's a heart-shaped hole, yeah, for airing the area, yeah, and the birds coming in there and nesting right there next to the bog rolls. And I think I'll show you that next time I go out there. Okay, here we go. Another little adventure hut. Yeah, look, got the heart on the door. Yeah, there it is. And let's see where we're going. Now, gonna be interesting. Look at that. Got a bit of shelf, and there's a bird nest right next to the bog roll. I can't see if there's anyone in there, but yeah. And obviously the furniture is a bit simple here. No pictures on the walls this time, but cozy enough. Yeah, that's the Wetterfleck, very versatile. It keeps me warm, got my hands in the pockets, and the hoodie from the Lopu underrug, yeah, and it's really cozy. Really enjoy that. Got my knees nice and warm. They're covered. Oh yeah, something else I may mention. There's there are two loops here on the end. Yeah, so they actually can button up, like to get a bit more, well, just to lift the front up, yeah. So as you can see, you got more movement, especially when you go and have to climb up something, or like now I got it actually, yeah, double layered, and got my knees nicely warm, and yeah, almost look like a monk. Yeah, but who cares in the woods? The main important thing is to keep warm, to keep dry, and what else? Have enough to eat and to drink. That's all that matters. And yeah, that's the Wetterfleck. Very highly recommended. Get yourself one and you will not regret it. And but make sure get a slightly extension. If you're a tall bloke, get an extension to it. Costs a bit more, but it's well worth having it. And by the way, I got the grey one, yeah, because I got the Lopu Anorak in grey, which interchanged the hoodie bit, yeah, so I can swap that over. And but they do this in green and in brown as well, yeah. So whatever color is your favorite, you're well set up. And actually it gives you hands-free, and yeah, put the wood down here, and yeah, tell you what, this Wetterfleck is brilliant. You got your hands free, yeah, got a hoodie bit, and very practical. It's still raining, more drizzling, but constantly drizzling. So I'm actually ready to go. and yeah, it's gonna be a fire test for the Plash-Palatka. Yeah, I haven't. Well, I've used it as a tarp over the hammock. Yeah, but now it's actually as a rain poncho. So what I'm gonna do, put my rucksack on. Let's get some out of the way, and get this Plash-Palatka wrapped around over the rucksack, and yeah, get the rucksack on first. Nice and straight. It's sitting comfortable on my back here. Again, it's a bit lighter. Had all the sausages and the meatballs. Right. Now, let's see. Found the hoodie bit. There it is. And let's see. Put the tail bit. Maybe. Yeah, looks alright. Okay. Zip the shoulder bits tight. So this is going to be a premiere in the rain, live and in color. I hope it's not getting too hot in there. Underneath. So, that's the tail bit. Yes. Alright. Well, I may have to shift that a bit to the left to allow to get my hands to. Let's see. I need a bloody shave. The beard is in its way all the time. Alright. So, pulling the hoodie bit tight. I'm concerned about the shape later. Takes a bit practice to get used to it. Just keep it a bit loose for now. Hat. Probably don't need the hat because it's getting too warm. Right. So now button up. There's the first one. Yeah, it's a bit, well, not really tight with the rucksack, but actually keeps the whole thing a bit on tension. Yeah, leaves the bottom open. Alright, so now I'm ready to hit the wet. Yeah, a bit of fishing. Oh, 3 hours walking through the rain, and yeah, the Plash-Palatka actually holding up quite well. I couldn't take the camera out as far as just pouring, well, not pouring down, but constantly raining, and it's only maybe half a mile to the next shelter, and as you can see, it's definitely getting on. with the rain, so battery is almost empty. Yeah, my feet are soaking wet up to the knees, and yeah, the Plash-Palatka actually holding up quite well. Oh, bloody hell. Yeah, I reached that shelter thing, but it's more a summer holiday thing. It's all closed down, and I'm just sheltering in a little, just under a little roof thing, getting the load off my back. I couldn't take the rucksack off at all. It was all wet. I'm just hugging down here on a little, it's just a gap before the water comes down again. And yeah, anyway, the shelter, the Palatka itself works out very well, considering the what it is. It actually kept most of the rain out off myself, but obviously, yeah, it drains. Well, it doesn't drain through, but you know, get water, sweat on the inside, and but it's not uncomfortable at all. It's just well, comparing to a nylon poncho, it would be like a water collector in a plastic bag, yeah, which the Plash-Palatka isn't. It actually sheds the water quite well off, and yeah, having a bit of rest and carry on. It's another 6 miles to go to the next shelter thing, which is basically like the lean-to type shelter on the map, while this one is more like a log cabin, and that's what it is. It's all locked down. A locked cabin. Yeah, so I'm actually here. This is a log cabin, so I have to walk another all the way up there to the next lake. And yeah, I did quite a bit today already. So I started actually here. Yeah, went all the way through the rain, all the way, beep, 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 all here, up here, where I got stuck now. But yeah, I have to follow up to the next bit up there, which is a proper lean-to shelter. Got plenty time to get there. It's still early, it's just a matter of getting through the rain, and my feet, well, my legs are drenched, yeah, the trouser legs, because in the beginning there was just bushes, and the path was very narrow, and all the wet branches, they brushed against my legs and soaking into the trousers. Even gaiters wouldn't help at all, and then obviously the water dribbling off the Plash-Palatka down on the feet as well, and yeah, I definitely need to dry out, and my sleeves are wet. Yeah, they are, I don't know if you can see that, but the dark color, it's, I mean, it's not cold because it's wool, yeah, and it doesn't feel like very uncomfortable. I mean, yeah, I got cold fingers now. It's a cold day, it's about 11 degrees. So maybe 12, but it's raining all day and it's getting this wet chill, yeah, which isn't really pleasant at all. Yeah, finally this is a proper shelter, but they're not like being meant for sleeping. Now anyway, I managed to get here and put the Plash-Palatka up to dry, and I don't know, it's a bit dark in here. Yeah, here it is, hanging up to dry. Already put the fire on first thing, and a bit. So there's another fireplace. It's a fairly new, brand new. First thing I try to do is drying my stuff off, getting warm, and the small benches again, they're no good for sleeping on, so either have to put the hammock up. But there just came a guy along with the dog, said, well, just walking the dog, and afterwards I'm going playing golf. I don't know what these people are, but anyway, yeah, he was saying that it's one of the coldest he ever remember. So no wonder it's cold at night. And yeah, and he was saying it was desperate waiting for rain because whole Finland was dry and all the firefighters are on alert for wildfire. So lucky me, I managed to extinguish that one. I almost caused a disaster. Yeah. So yeah, this is a nice hut, very new. They even got showers and a loo, obviously. Yeah, here we go. Got the well, it's labeled VC for water closet, but it's dry toilet. Gonna ask if there's anything I'm gonna change. Yeah, a little bit. For instance, I will definitely carry a spare set of felt inlays. Yeah, so I can just swap them over and dry them out as I'm going along. And because now I have to wait until these are finished. And the Plash-Palatka, yes, it's definitely worthwhile having. And look, that's in all its glory. Got already a bit dirty, but well, it was definitely, it's a good piece of kit. Actually kept most of the rain in the morning off myself. I got a bit wet on the sleeve, and you know, nothing major, but the main rain and the main missable was actually come off. So anything else? Not a lot really. I mean, I may have, when I get home, I will make a list of what to make a list what stays at home next time and what comes in the pack. What I learned, like another pair of felt inlays for the boots, yeah? Got plenty socks, obviously, so I have some warm, fresh ones on now, but the boots are dry. Well, the boots are not dry, they need to dry out. So, but it's all grit on the ground, so I can't run around barefoot. And, yeah, wait until the fire is making some more heat in here. It's a bit drafty, and I don't know if it helps to dry the socks, but I will see. Yeah, I'm here on another shelter thing, and they got some nice wood, and I just wanted to show you why I'm using the cookery, yeah? Because they got a little axe, but it's no good for anything. So I did actually a bit on this one. So this is the easiest way of getting firewood and not having an axe. It's definitely a nice tool to have, and it doesn't take any space in the pack. And yeah, it's about 800 grams to carry, but it makes up for it, like so. Yeah, so got a bit of firewood in a very effortless manner, and there we go, having a bit of fry up, or rather deserve the tea now. Yeah, see you in a bit. I just wanted to show you what you can do with a cookery. It's actually the 10-inch cookery, yeah, and it's got the spine of about 11 mil. It's a hefty spine cookery, and yeah, it's very good on hacking wood. Yeah, just lays in the hand really nice, like, you know, chopping, like the chopping motion, and makes it really effortless to chop some of the wood for the fire in the evening. So I'm carrying that because it's slim to pack in the pack. Yeah, just like it's a slim item compared to an axe. It's not as bulky. And if I show you what they supply here, a dual axe, yeah, like that. Well, it's I don't know if you can, but this is a horrible. I mean, you could probably rather with a dual end chopping someone's head off, but not with the sharp end. And yeah, this is the cookery. I wanted to give you an update on the Plash-Palatka. Yeah, it got well, it's not what is a fire test, it's a water test. Yeah, had all morning rain, and I was walking for about, must have been 12 kilometers through the woods. Yeah, and this thing got not soaking wet, but it got quite wet, and I got it already almost dry again. I wanted to show you the how it actually looks like. So this is actually in full view. Yeah, so you can see on the right hand corner is the hoodie bit. Yeah, you can see the seam going all the way down to the other end. Yeah, through the middle, and this is actually the inside now. See the half moon. It's actually sitting here. Yeah, with the hoodie bit, the toggles dangling about. I got one toggle in the middle for the tail to come up, and yeah, you got all the loops around. So this is basically how it looks in the finished condition, and it's a very useful piece of item which I definitely keep in my pack. And yeah, I managed to do a slightly different setup because I got this stitched up in the middle, like locked it off so the cord can't get out, and just by having a loop on each end actually allows them to pre-adjust the whole lot, and only close it with the top toggle. It works quite nice with the rucksack on, and it's basically then just like a cape. Yeah, it's only covers the head, the back and the sides, and the front is actually quite open, but for walking in the woods it does. Yeah, for walking in the woods it does actually quite a good job, and it definitely doesn't heats up underneath. Yeah, there's enough circulation, so there won't be any stuffy, sweaty condensation or something. And compared to the nylon ponchos, you know, you just get wet on the inside like on the outside just by sweating, yeah, from the condensation. That doesn't occur with this one from the canvas, and because it's a thin canvas. It dries off fairly quick. I only had the fire here inside. Yeah, just open fire thing, and the wind actually, and it dries off fairly quick. And it's still drizzling, and yeah, so I'm very pleased with it. I'm absolutely pleased with it, and it was well worth the effort. And yeah, as I say, it's a one-off. I haven't got any more materials. I'm sorry, I can't take any orders or favors, or even if I would like to, but yeah, my mate Andy, you will usually get Mach 2. Yeah, yeah, he's Mach 2, and I keep the prototype with all the bollocks, little, yeah, you know what I mean.